You're listening to Where You Live with Gene and Tony.
Welcome back to Where You Live. We're broadcasting from the Natural Green Lawn and Landscape Studios, and we're brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Kim Bennett Agency, and Extreme Exteriors. You can count on Extreme Exteriors for expert installation of exterior siding, roofing soffits, fascia, decks, windows, and more. With their knowledge and experience, they can design the perfect solution to make your home beautiful and energy efficient, saving you maintenance and money for years to come. Give them a call at 763-441-1334 and tell them Gene and Tony sent you. It's time now to hear from the Community Associations Institute. The CAI Minute is brought to you by New Concepts Rental Management. Whether you're an accidental landlord or a seasoned investor, New Concepts Rental Management can help you achieve your financial goals. New Concepts Rental Management can advise and guide you through every aspect of the business. Call Tony Crockett at New Concepts at 952-922-2500. New Concepts Rental Management, 952-922-2500.
Are you a volunteer in your homeowner association? Maybe a residential property manager wanting to increase your industry knowledge and obtain professional credentials in property management. Are you a vendor or professional offering services to homeowners and associations or property managers? If you said yes to any one of those questions, then join the Community Association Institute. The CAI is a great organization, helping you be informed and more proficient in your homeowner association board member or property manager role. It's also a great way to network with potential clients. For nearly 40 years, CAI has provided education and resources to volunteer homeowners who govern community associations and the professionals who support them. Visit cai-mn.com to learn more. That's cai-mn.com. The Minnesota chapter of CAI holds monthly managers' luncheons, board member education training, property manager certification training, and much more. It also produces a bi-monthly informative magazine called Minnesota Community Living. Why not join the Community Association Institute today? You can do so online at cai-mn.com and select membership.
Now, for those of you just joining us, I mentioned in our first segment today that we're dealing with the story of a Beverly Hills attorney who has been accused of being a squatter on a home that he doesn't, where he does not have a rental agreement and does not own. He says, no, I'm a victim. I did have a rental agreement. And we're trying to decide, is this a matter of him being a victim, or was he truly a squatter? And it's not looking too good for the home team, for Mr. Scalafani. Well, what are the things that we've found out so far? Well, number one, Mr. Scalafani had looked like a false rental agreement with someone that nobody could find exists, with an address that exists. There was no proof of any money that exchanged hands. It looked like Mr. Scalafani was also being charged with being under the influence of a controlled substance, also driving with a suspended license. And also we found out that he has a public defender that is defending him in this case. And if it's a civil matter and there's just simply a disagreement between two people, they will go to court and they pay their own costs. The city, the government does not pay for a public defender for someone in those types of cases. A public defender is given to someone, assigned when they have show that they have no money, and then number two, you're dealing with a criminal matter. So this was certainly enough of a evidence to show that this was something that the city Riversdale said, we think we need to pursue. But let's go on. There's a lot more here as well with Mr. Scalafani. Mr. Scalafani was finally agreed to leave the residence. Apparently he had what he thought was a heart attack, was in the hospital. He left, and during that time, of course, he was locked out of the home. Well, he returned to the home and vandalized it. Apparently he vandalized it before leaving. Then he came back and vandalize the house again. Are these the signs again of someone who has a rental agreement, who is living lawfully? Scalafani said that when he came back to the home, he was upset because he saw a box with, he said, his jewelry, his watches, antiques, sound equipment, computer, monitor, and other things that were placed out on the street with a sign on it saying free stuff. Gilbert said that's why he wanted to have a lawsuit against the Homeowners Association for this, because he thought that they were behind in just ruining his life. Although it's interesting, the person who was from the city who was, leading this suit against this criminal charge against Mr. Scalafani, said when the police were there, they saw what amounted to a beat-up mattress, bags, clothes in a couple of bags, a broken television set, and a box of a few things, all in the garage. Now, I ask you, if a person is renting out a place, do they typically just live in the garage? I don't. When other people have rented a place, I think they want to put their things away. I think they want to use and enjoy the entire home. But here, all of Mr. Scalafani's personal effects were found either in a bag, in a box, or in his car, in the garage. Again, it looks like to me, squatter, not victim. And to beat it, to take what takes the cake here in all of this is at the very end, when Mr. Scalafani was going to court over this issue. He had the gall, the chutzpah, to say that he would drop his lawsuit against the Homeowners Association against these charges if they would just simply pay him $15,000. But the attorney for the association refused, said, no, that's nothing but a shakedown. So what do you think, squatter or a victim? It sounds like to me that you have someone who knew darn well what he was doing. It's unfortunate in the 30 years that I've been doing property management, it seems like some of the biggest battles we've dealt with have been with unemployed attorneys. Because I think they know just enough to be dangerous, and then they've got all the time in the world to think up all of these counter suits and frivolous lawsuits, and know just enough to how to just gum up the system from people that really need justice. And so, squatter or victim, I guess I'm a thinking squatter here, and that was Mr. Scalafani. Well, let's deal with our second story here. We'll just begin talking about it a little bit here before we go to break. And it says that the Washington Court of Appeals has issued an unpublished opinion earlier this last month concerning homeowner associations, whether they have the authority to fund a major construction project without prior vote of the owners. Now, this is an important distinction to make. People hear the word, a repair or a capital improvement when it deals with maintenance at a property. You're thinking, what's the big deal? There's no real difference. Well, there is a lot of difference in a homeowners association. Because those words can carry with it a different effect and authority that the board of directors have in how things are dealt with. So let me ask the question to you, our listeners. What is the difference between a repair versus a capital improvement? Am I just splitting words?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is. Yes.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that could be. But are we just saying what does the word is What does that mean? Are we saying that there's really no difference? Or is there a difference here? Is it a matter of cost? You know, a lot of people, when they deal with the items of a capital improvement, they think of large items. They think of the roofs need to be replaced. The siding needs to be redone. And you know what? We need to take, looks like because of the music, we need to take a break right now. So let's do that right now, folks. We're going to deal a lot more with what the Washington Court of Appeals did in this case of repair or capital improvements after these messages.
But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if you like pajamas and I like pajamas, I'll wear pajamas.